Hi. So there's many places on the internet where you can read about INFP's experiences with depression and anxiety or feelings of sadness. And that's it's almost as if that's the stereotype about how INFPs are by default, which is kind of true to a certain extent, and I'm certainly very familiar with those feelings, but I feel like there's not as much from INFPs about how they feel when they're doing something that they really love, or when they really enjoy something, how it makes them feel. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is the other side of an INFP's experiences, which is despair versus joy or happiness or enjoyment. So I guess probably the easiest frame of reference for me to use would be how I feel when I'm listening to music that I really love, sorry, somebody just walked by in the background. Anyway, when I'm listening to music that I really love, which isn't, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of halfway selective about the music that I listen to, and I have certain very specific favorite bands and songs. For example, one of my favorite songs of all time is Read My Mind by The Killers. And for a song like that, how I feel is that the best way that I've been able to describe it in words is it's as if I'm in kind of a snow globe, which is a representation of the world of the song. You know, I'm in there, and then all the glitter and the other little pieces of things are kind of just spinning around, and it's a beautiful thing. I love snow globes, but that's kind of how I feel, as if I'm in a snow globe and I'm fully immersed in the world of the song, and I'm fully immersed in the emotions that the song is trying to portray, or the ideas, or just everything. And I feel as if, you know, it's swirling around me. So that's kind of how I feel, if that makes any sense at all. So that's, with music in particular, that's how I feel if I'm listening to something that I love. And I guess it's kind of a similar thing to when maybe if I'm having a conversation with somebody and we're both just really into whatever the topic is, and it's kind of a similar thing. I'm fully immersed in it, and it's a positive thing, which on the flip side of things, when INFPs talk about being depressed or kind of overcome with anxiety, which is common for INFPs, I think we're fully immersed. And so, and it can override everything else happening. And it can be both a positive and negative experience. I'm trying to talk about the positive side of it. So yeah, when I'm having a really good, meaningful conversation with somebody, that's kind of how I feel, is like we're both, you know, it's like we have energy waves going back and forth between us. If it's, if it's really good, that's kind of how I feel. And it's kind of similar to movies. I mean, obviously when you're watching a movie, kind of what you're looking for a lot of the time is an escape from reality. And I don't watch that many movies. But my favorite movies, it's kind of a similar thing. Like, my favorite movie is The Prestige. And so I'm kind of fully immersed in that world, which is obviously the idea, but I feel like Christopher Nolan films in general, I feel like Christopher Nolan, I think, is INTJ, but I feel like his films are made not on a conscious level, but I think that they're more maybe directed towards intuitive types would be the types that would be more likely to, you know, really enjoy his films, because they're such abstract things. And I also like movies where you have to fully pay attention to what's happening. Whereas, you know, I don't want to just turn my brain off and just zone out. That's not what I want at all. I don't find that really appealing, and I don't think it's a good use of my time. So yeah, I like when movies, they discuss more big picture things and not just, you know, mundane details or just flashy eye candy superhero movies. That's not really what I'm into. So yeah, I mean, that kind of in a nutshell is how I feel when I'm experiencing something that is making me, I don't even know if happy is necessarily the right word, because with music, it can be a sad song, but I still feel fully immersed in it. And I think that that's kind of the main point I wanted to make, is, you know, when INFPs are fully ingrained in being depressed or anxious, it can also be the flip side of things when we feel good. And I think that INFPs who are musicians or artists themselves, when they are creating work that might be how they feel, I don't know. But I just, you know, it's a little bit sad that a lot of the information about the INFP life experience on the internet is about negative things and a lot of unhealthy behaviors and coping mechanisms. So I just kind of wanted to talk about things that I enjoy and how I feel when I'm doing them or experiencing them. So yeah, so thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments or any other ideas, or if you want to add to about your experience, if you're INFP or if you're another type, feel free to do that. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a good day.